Itchy. Okay, so this has been on my mind. So this has been on my mind since I saw this earlier today, and I really, if I don't say something about it, I'm gonna have a panic attack. So, those of you who don't know, there's a YouTuber named Dustin Poynter. He's also known as the red flag guy or the green flag guy. He runs around with this these giant red and green flags and reads Reddit posts, and they're usually from the "Am I the asshole?" section. And he's done some questionable sponsorships lately, but he's done the most harmful one yesterday, and I didn't see the. Anyway, I need to talk about this because sponsorships from YouTubers are getting extremely dangerous, and I feel like I just need to talk about this really quick because sponsorships are getting extremely dangerous because fewer and fewer people who are taking sponsorships are actually stopping to do background checks and information checks on the companies that they are sponsoring before they promote them. So I lost respect for Dustin last month or the month before when he started doing sponsorships for BetterHelp. And if you've been watching my streams for a while, you know my issues with BetterHelp. I've been in therapy since I was a kid. I was diagnosed at 8 years old with ADD and depression, and I've been dealing with that shit my whole life. Okay, so I'm not a stranger to this shit. BetterHelp is a fucking scam. Okay, they are littered with ethical problems. Okay, it's a fucking scam. The only people you should ever seek therapy from, whether it be medications, counseling, the only people you should ever seek any sort of therapy from, mental, psychological, physical, is from a certified, licensed person whom you can literally confirm has gotten their degree, has their certification, who you can verify 100% and is a licensed practitioner, okay? And they work at a legitimate, established physical practice building. You will not find that at BetterHelp. And this is my problem with BetterHelp and Lumis, okay? BetterHelp, they don't vet their therapists. And this is one of the many complaints with BetterHelp. Half the people they employ, they can't prove their credentials. They will hire anybody who just claims they have their credentials, okay? They are hiring people who just hand them a piece of paper that says, oh yeah, I went to this school. Oh yeah, I have this credential. Oh, I have this license. But they don't make them prove that they have it. So they are hiring people who are not licensed therapists, who are not licensed psychiatrists. So you might be talking to somebody who just walked off the street and handed them a piece of paper and says, oh yeah, I can do this. So they are hiring people to be therapists who are not qualified to be in that position. Okay? So BetterHelp is a fucking scam. Do not ever seek therapy from BetterHelp. Do not ever seek therapy from anybody unless it is at an established building in your location that is established through the Better Business Bureau. Okay? If it is sponsored on YouTube, chances are it's not legitimate. Most things sponsored on YouTube are not legitimate. They're overpriced, they're not legitimate, or they're just garbage. Lady Gaga's shit is overpriced, and it's advertised everywhere on YouTube, okay? So this goes back to Dustin Poynter. He was advertising BetterHelp. This guy clearly has no idea. And he was like, oh, BetterHelp, it's so great. This guy clearly has no idea that BetterHelp is in hot water for selling their clients' information, their personal, private information, for pairing people up with people who are not qualified, who are not licensed to be doing what they're doing, for pairing people up with people who are not the right fit to be giving therapy to certain people, who are just morally bankrupt and are just so unethical in their practices. BetterHelp is a fucking scam. Do not engage with BetterHelp. I don't give a shit what anybody fucking tells you. It's a scam. Okay? If you need therapy, if you need counseling, there are better ways to do it. Look up the Better Business Bureau. There are so many, Google legitimate therapists. Look up private practices. Look up in your own medical network therapists. I guarantee you your insurance network will have practices that they cover, okay? Don't go through BetterHelp. Just don't do it, okay? Do not do it. If they have to use YouTube or Facebook to advertise, it's a scam. It's a fucking scam. Don't do it. If they advertise on TikTok, it's a fucking scam. Don't get involved with it. Don't fucking do it. All right? So here's my biggest. So I lost massive respect for Dustin Poynter when he started promoting BetterHelp. Okay? Because it's a fucking scam. Shame on you. So, but then the next bit, there's this new AI app that I guess is going viral that I hadn't heard of until today. It's called Lumis. It's this fucking asshole. It is an AI app that is supposed to be a new form of therapy. And what Dustin did, which by the way is extremely illegal in the United States, he read a Reddit story, which this would be classified as sponsored content, which he neglected to say he was also being sponsored by them through this video, which is where the illegal part comes in. He neglected to say it was being sponsored by Lumis. So he was promoting them without mentioning he was also being sponsored by them, which you're not allowed to do. You can't do that. It's extremely illegal. So it was a made-up story on Reddit about Lumis, which is basically saying, if you have no one else to talk to, use Lumis. It's an AI-generated app. So it's basically saying, yeah, use this. It's a scam. It's AI-generated. If you are considering unaliving yourself, talking to AI is the last fucking thing that you should be doing. And Dustin is there promoting this fucking app, and he has gotten so much hate on this video. And he has not taken the video down. He has not responded to any of the comments from people saying, what the fuck are you doing? This is a scam. We're unsubscribing. Did you even bother to look up the background? Did you know the way you went about this is extremely illegal? He has said nothing. He has stayed mute about the entire thing. He has made no commentary on this because I guess money is more important to him than people's mental well-being. And this is a guy whose channel, everybody started thinking this was a guy who was genuinely wholesome and genuinely put out content that was intended to be wholesome for people. And now I'm actually so angry right now. I'm shaking because as someone who's struggled with mental health problems, promoting this kind of shit that can actually genuinely lead people to harming themselves or making decisions that can end up causing them to unalive themselves just because you're making money is absolutely disgusting. And Dustin should be fucking ashamed of himself. And the fact that every comment on that video is, you need to be ashamed of yourself. You need to take down this video. What you did is illegal. This whole app thing is a scam. And he has said nothing. He has not taken down the video is absolutely disgusting. So it's basically this app that's run by AI. And it's like a psychic app. And basically, if you're at your wit's end, talk to an AI. Because, an AI... oh, it's an algorithm, because, if you're really thinking about unaliving yourself, yeah, talk to a fucking algorithm that knows nothing about you, has learned basic key words from other people and the developers who program the app, right? Because, yeah, that'll save your fucking life. Like, it's absolutely disgusting. Like, it's fucking infuriating to me. And Dustin, like I said, Dustin clearly did no background on any of this stuff before he took the sponsorship. And again, completely illegally failed to mention, oh, by the way, I'm being sponsored by this as I read it as sponsored content through the ad on Reddit. So not only is he extremely irresponsibly promoting something that could lead people to harm themselves, like mentally, physically, harm themselves, harm relationships, whatever. He's making money off it and failing to disclose that. So he's breaking the law. Like, dude. shame on you, man. Like, this is not something you joke around with. This is not something you take money for. Like, if you feel like, let me make this very clear again, I cannot be serious. If you feel like you want to unalive yourself, if you feel like you need to fucking talk to somebody, there is the suicide hotline. There are so many fucking resources. I have used the suicide hotline before. Yes, there is a chance you will get some 20-something-year-old who is just there for a paycheck. If you get that bitch, hang up and call again. Because there are also older women there, older men there who genuinely care and will fucking help you and talk to you like you're their best fucking friend who's known you for 40 years. Like, they genuinely will help you and they will fucking talk to you as long as you need to fucking talk to them. But do not, absolutely do not go to resources like BetterHelp or Lumis or any of these like fucking internet-based therapy. Do not do it. Just fucking do not do it. Because they don't know what they're doing. They're not certified. They're not licensed. You can't vet them. You can't prove that they have their credentials. You can't do it. So if you need help, there are so many you've got the suicide hotline, you've got Google if you've got health insurance, I guarantee you they have a network of therapists, of psychiatrists, of counselors, I guarantee you they have a network of offices they work through where you can get inpatient, where you can get outpatient counseling, therapy, help. There is always somewhere that you can go. If you're in Michigan, there's Network 180, which is like a 24/7 crisis. They have a mobile network. They have mobile doctors that will come out to you if you need help. Like, there are 24/7 crisis centers, crisis hotlines. They exist and they are real and they're not scams. But fucking BetterHelp, Lumis, all these online fucking therapy things that advertise through fucking TikTok and YouTube and Facebook, they're fucking scams. And they're not going to help because you don't know who you're actually fucking talking to. You don't know what they're doing with your information. You don't fucking know. They're fucking scams. And people like YouTubers, and clearly they're not doing their background research before they take these sponsorships. And people who looked up to people like Dustin Poynter, who trusted him to make these decisions, to give them safe alternatives and safe options if they needed help, clearly he doesn't care. Clearly he's just taking a paycheck. Because this is the third time he's promoted the other one was Simply Safe, which is another scam. So if you need help, do it the safe way. Do it through a network, through your insurance. Use Google. There are emergency networks that are available in every single state. Like, if you don't have insurance, they will work with you. There are crisis hotlines, there are crisis networks in every single state in the United States. They exist. And they will help you. They have immediate counselors, immediate psychiatrists who will work with you. Like, seriously, if you need the suicide hotline, call it. It's anonymous. All you have to do is give them your first name. If you just so they can establish like a friendly first name basis with you. They won't ask your address. They won't ask your last name. They won't. If you're in immediate danger, they'll ask, do you want an ambulance? Do you want police? But they're not gonna force you to. They're not gonna force you into a situation you're not comfortable with. Okay, but do not let people like Dustin Poynter and all these other people who take these sponsorships tell you that it's a good idea to take these online sources of therapy, because it's not. It's so fucking dangerous because you just don't know. And then on top of that, it's your personal information. You don't know who the person is. You don't know what they're doing with it. It could be somebody sitting at home just writing down all of your personal information and then selling it or stealing your identity. You don't fucking know. You just don't fucking know. So if you are seeking help, do it the smart way. Go through your insurance. Use Google to look up the closest crisis center to you in your state. If you're not in the United States, use Google to find your closest NHS crisis center or wherever you are in the world. Look for your closest crisis center. But use Google. Make sure it's legit. Okay? Don't. If you see it advertised on TikTok, if you see it advertised on YouTube, it's a scam. Don't. Even if you think you know a YouTuber, even if you think you can trust a YouTuber, you can't. Because all of these people who trusted Dustin Poynter and thought he was this wholesome YouTuber who genuinely cared about his viewers, this has just proven that the green flag guy is a red flag guy. And everybody is telling him to shove that red flag right up his ass. And this is probably going to be Dustin Poynter's downfall. This is probably going to be the end of red flag guy, green flag guy. I think he just ended his own YouTube career with this. But if you need help, there are good ways to do it and bad ways to do it. And the bad way to do it is to listen to your favorite influencer. Okay, so like I said, so do you know the green flag guy, red flag guy on YouTube, Dustin Poynter? He runs around with those gigantic flags and reads Reddit posts. Dustin, do you know who that is? So basically, he's this guy. He runs around with a gigantic red flag and a gigantic green flag. His name's Dustin Poynter. He reads Reddit posts on YouTube. And, like, people have called him out in the past for, like, taking sponsorships for BetterHelp, but he never recanted or backtracked. But then people were like, okay, fine, whatever, because he's always seemed so wholesome. But then yesterday he posted a video. And I can't sit back and just, I'm pissed because he illegally did a sponsored content ad and didn't say it was sponsored by this new AI psychic app, Lumis. And he was saying, seek therapy for Lumis. And everybody in the comments is like, no. This is a scam. It's AI. You should never seek therapy from AI. Yes. And my problem with it is, as someone who's been in therapy since I was diagnosed at 8, you should never take a paycheck over somebody else's mental well-being, especially if they're at that point where they trust an influencer and you point them in the direction of something that could make them potentially unalive themselves because of something an algorithm tells them to do, or something like BetterHelp, which is a total scam where they don't vet the people they hire. They've been caught selling private information. It's just a total fucking scam. And my problem is, if you care that much about a paycheck that you're willing to put people in danger and you don't do background checks on the shit you're like, he read it as a post on Reddit, failed to mention, oh, by the way, I'm sponsored by this as well. So it was sponsored content. And he illegally failed to mention he was sponsored by it. So he broke the law. And I'm pissed. Everybody else is pissed. So I'm just here like, hey, if you need help, there's crisis networks available in every state. There's the suicide hotline. There's, insurance providers usually have a list of therapists, of counselors that they cover. There's 24/7 centers like in every state. Do it the legal way. But if they're advertising on like YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, chances are it's a scam. But if an influencer ever tells you, hey, use this service, don't do it. Fucking don't do it. Google it. Check the Better Business Bureau. Exactly. And that's what a ton of the comments are. And Dustin posted this video yesterday. He has made no comments about it. He hasn't taken the video down. And it's absolutely disgusting. And I'm getting so sick and tired of all these scam companies reaching out to people who are viewed as wholesome content creators, trying to reach out to people whose product could potentially cause people to unalive themselves if they're already riding that line. And Dustin would be responsible because he promoted this AI therapy algorithm, which is programmed by developers and would use keywords. Like, why would you ever seek therapy from an AI? Like, why would you ever fucking promote that? That's so fucking stupid. And it just proves that he doesn't do any background research on any of the shit he's actually promoting. Like, it's absolutely disgusting. I know, exactly. But so my point is, if you need help, if you need to talk to somebody, if you feel like you need therapy, there are crisis networks. There are 24/7 crisis centers in every state, every city. You've got the suicide hotline. I've used it in the past. They don't ask for your the most they'll ask from you is your first name, so they can have a first name basis with you. They won't call the cops. They won't call your family. They're not gonna. There's so many legitimate networks for help. Don't fucking go based on what your favorite influencer says, because chances are they don't use that service themselves. They've never done a background check on that service. They're just taking the money, reading a script, and posting it. And it's absolutely infuriating that they're not being called out on this. It should be illegal, honestly, because they are putting vulnerable people in danger. And Dustin Poynter was one of those people who everybody trusted wholeheartedly because of his content. And he probably just destroyed his whole YouTube career. Because he just put so many people in danger. And it's just so fucking... Like, I was on the verge of having an anxiety... Like, I'm so angry, I'm shaking. Because I cannot stand it when people who are put in a position of trust, and when they make vulnerable people feel like they can relate to you, and then you suddenly do that shit for a paycheck, it's so fucking infuriating to me. Like, you had a decision to make, and you made the wrong one. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what gifts they showed you. But if you look up Dustin Poynter or a green flag guy or red flag guy, yeah, if you just look up Dustin Poynter on YouTube, it'll be his most recent video. Yeah, him. Yeah. Yeah. And he hasn't taken the video down. He hasn't recanted his statement. He's made no statements, and it's got nothing but hate comments about what the fuck are you doing? And he has lost so many subscribers. And yeah, him. You wouldn't believe you wouldn't believe he would do something like that, would you? Which is why we are all stunned that he would do this. Like, we were miffed that he was promoting BetterHelp, but then he did this, and we are just so pissed. Like, we're so angry. Like, I was pissed already that he promoted BetterHelp, because I know what kind of scam and ethical bullshit they've been pulling. But this is a whole nother level of bullshit. Like, why would you ever promote an AI therapy app? Like, it's which is funny because a lot of people were like, dude, we need to start a new thread of Am I the Asshole? Put Dustin on it and say that, yeah, you're the asshole. The red flag guy is the asshole. So I just had to come up and stream this because I'm so angry I'm shaking. Because this isn't something you should make money on. This is some serious bullshit. There are people who turn to Dustin just because, and this kind of shit could seriously cause them to hurt themselves because they will listen to what he says. If he says, try BetterHelp, they'll fucking do it. Just because he says so. Like, it's not okay. He's in a position where vulnerable people will listen to him, and he's promoting scams and putting them in a dangerous position. Not to mention the way he did it this time is extremely fucking illegal. And I had to fucking say something, because, like, commenting on the video isn't enough for me, because this is, like, close to my heart, because I've been dealing with therapy and shit my whole life. So this isn't something you fucking just take a paycheck for, post, and then just ignore it like it's not a big fucking deal. Because it is. This could literally cause people to go over that line and end it all. It's not a fucking joke. I don't ever trust those phone apps. It's fucking deceived. Exactly. But he's reaching out to people who are so vulnerable that maybe they don't know what else, and, you know, they trust him. I thought he was this genuinely good, wholesome guy, and now I realize he's just another fucking asshole taking a paycheck who doesn't actually give a shit. You know? Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting. Yeah. Yeah, so I genuinely hope that this ends his fucking YouTube career. I genuinely hope he ends up working at McDonald's or Burger King or something. I genuinely hope this ruins his life. Because he's probably just ruined the lives of a lot of fucking people who trusted him. Like, I genuinely hope his life is ruined. Like, I don't know what... I don't follow Mr. Beast. I hate Mr. Beast as a human being. I always have. Like, ever since... I've never watched a single one of his videos, because the second I saw his shit, I gave my brother $100,000 to spend in a day. Like, you couldn't have donated that? That's what you did with your money, huh? Like, I've never liked him. I've never watched his videos, but I know that he's been benefiting from, like, replaying Squid Games, because clearly the dude's unhinged, doesn't understand there's actually a real message behind Squid Games, and that it's a real societal plight that they are suffering from, and the dude legit just doesn't fucking care. And his smile bugs me. I hate his smile. There's just something about it that just gives me the ick. I don't know. There's something about Mr. Beast's smile that just makes me shiver. I don't know. It's just unsettling. I don't know, man. Just, ugh. He promoted an AI program that he either made or paid to have developed to change others' thumbnails and YouTube art and place your... Oh. Didn't he also, like, buy a whole city and then everybody who moved there is just people he pays to put in his videos? Like, I think... Dude's fucking unhinged. Dude's fucking lazy. He's unhinged. I just hate everything about him. I hate Logan Paul, too. Like, God, everybody who gets rich off of YouTube is just a fucking piece of shit. I don't know anybody good who's gotten rich off of YouTube and has walked away a good, decent human being. Ugh. Why does YouTube make people evil? I don't understand. I don't. Why can't everybody just be like fucking Tom Hanks or Keanu Reeves? They get rich and they stay humble, good people. We just need more Tom Hanks and Keanu Reeves in the world. The world would be a much better place if everyone was like Keanu Reeves. And my dad. And Tom Hanks. No. No. It's fucking... I don't get it. I don't get why money has to make people evil. I will never understand it. I just don't get it. It's like they forget that at some point they were poor, maybe. Mr. Beast, I guess not, but... Whatever. I don't know. Anyway, my point is... I hope I hope karma comes and gets Dustin Poynter for what he's done. Because for all the times he's had to comment on whether someone's an asshole, he really fucked up this time. And I really hope karma comes and gets him for what he did. Because this is inexcusable. Like, it's not okay. It's just not okay what he did. It is inexcusable. And I genuinely hope that he gets sued. I reported the video because it's illegal for one thing, but I genuinely hope people sue him.
Yes. But what are you up to?
I have to change others' thumbnails and YouTube art. So wait, the thumbnail... I don't know, man, like... I don't know, I just think this whole... Okay, so the other thing that's irking me is now, what's his ass from Smash or Smosh or... No. Game Theory is in politics now, and now he's trying to create a whole new branch of government called Creator Economy. Like, bruh. They don't actually contribute to society. If anything, they do more damage than beneficial shit. This whole shit is spiral. I really hope I'm dead before this becomes a cultural fucking... Before this shit actually starts to matter. I hope I'm dead before then. Like, I genuinely hope I'm dead before then. Because I don't want to be alive when that shit starts to happen. It's like the idea of terraforming Mars. Like, you want to escape Earth to avoid a very clear and evident problem, but at the end of the day, no matter where you go, the sun's gonna go out, and it's gonna be the same problem. Like, Everything's going to go extinct. It doesn't matter if you're on Earth, if you're on Mars, if you're on Uranus. It doesn't matter. It's going to be the same end no matter what you do. Like, you're just delaying the inevitable, basically. You're just trying to do it in a different place, I guess. I don't know. It just seems like people don't really think things through, I guess.
I don't know. It's interesting. Yes.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I had to get that off my chest because it's been bugging me since I saw it earlier today. Like, I keep refreshing YouTube to see if Dustin's, said anything, but he never addressed the BetterHelp issue, and I highly doubt he's going to address this one despite literally everybody calling him out on this. Yeah, despite everybody literally calling him out on this video, but...
Yes. Oh, what time is it?
9:51. Anyway. Oh, no, it's getting dark before 10. Winter is coming.
Oh, God, winter is coming. Yes. Oh, no. Oh, stop the sun. Stop the world. I want to get off. Yes.
Anyway, okay. What's going on? I don't understand what that means, but... Anyway, okay. I'm going to stop my stream here. I might stream again later. I don't know. I'm overheating in this room. So I'm going to stop and get dinner because I just realized it's almost 10 o'clock and I still have not eaten dinner.
Yes.
Anyway.
Okay, I'll see all of you guys later. Bye-bye.
But yes, if you do feel like you need help, mental help, physical help, whatever, please go through legitimate, certified, doctoral resources. Go through crisis networks, go through verified sources. Don't go through people just because an influencer has been paid to read a script and say, oh, they're great. Google it, Better Business Bureau it, use your insurance. If you don't have insurance, look up a crisis network because that shit's verified, If you're not sure if it's verified, just Google is insert name of company a scam. And read the comments, do your research, before you commit to a company, Don't be afraid to take some time to do your research, to verify that everything is on the up and up, It takes time. Trust me, I've been doing this shit for almost 30 years. Trust me, I know. It takes a lot of work, and you may not find the right therapist the first time around. It is okay to bounce between therapists a few times before you find the right person. Trust me, it is okay. It is perfectly normal. It happens. Trust me, it's okay. They're not going to be offended. This is part of their job. But please remember, just remember, an influencer is paid to read a script. I guarantee you 100% of the time, they themselves have never used the service that they are advertising, okay? I guarantee you they've never played Raid Shadow Legends. They've never used BetterHelp. I guarantee you they've never actually used it themselves, okay? I guarantee you. It's a script. They're paid a ton of money to read it, thousands of dollars to read it, thousands of dollars to be convincing, okay? This is your health. Take it seriously. Please do some research. Please make sure they're legit. Make sure their credentials are real, okay? You're not going to find that with BetterHelp. You're not going to find that with Lumis. You're not going to find that with anybody who advertises on YouTube, who advertises on TikTok, okay? Please take your time and find a resource that is a good fit for you, okay? Be good to yourself physically, mentally, emotionally. You deserve it. Trust me. If you rush through trying to find some help, you will regret it later. Trust me, I've been there too. I've been in a rush to try to find therapy. I've been in a rush to try to find a counselor. And I have come across some pretty nasty people who made me feel like I was the problem, who victim shamed me, who just yelled at me. Some people are not meant to be counselors. And just because they've gone to school, just because they're licensed, doesn't mean they're a good person, doesn't mean they're a good fit for you, okay? Find the right fit. Take the time, go through the channels. Find the person who you can sit down, who you can just open up and relax and talk to. If you feel like it's an interrogation, they're not the right psychiatrist for you. They're not the right counselor for you. They're not the right therapist for you. Okay? If, if it feels like you're just going and being scolded by your mom, they're not the right person for you. You want it to feel like you're just able to kind of sink into the chair or the couch and just open up and be honest, and you're in a judgment-free zone. That is when you know you've found the right counselor or you've found the right person, okay? If your medication isn't working, be open about it, be honest about it. If they have to change your medication 20 times, good. Wait until they've found the right one. I've been called a psychological anomaly multiple times. I've been told I'm complicated to treat multiple times, but it's okay. I would rather have medications that work rather than just be on medications that don't work just to avoid frustrating my psychiatrists. It's not easy, and it can be hard, and it can be a really frustrating process, but I promise when you find the medications that work, when you find the therapist or the counselor that works for you, it pays off so much, and it will make your life so much better. I guarantee you. And I know it can be daunting. It can be frustrating. It can give you anxiety attacks. It can make you kind of question your own sanity. But I promise you, it will be worth it. And if you ever have questions, if you ever feel lost, if you ever doubt, just go down to my profile, look me up in my Discord, and send me a DM. And I will happily answer any questions you have about therapy. Just be respectful. Okay, mental health, it's not a joke. It's not something to tease people about. It's not something it's just in your head. You're just having a bad day. No. I don't have situational depression. Mine is genetic. Mine is clinical. I was born with it. I was diagnosed when I was 8 years old. I have had it since the day I was born. Okay? It's not something that's ever going to go away. It's not caused by something that happened. It's not just temporary. Okay? There are different levels of depression, anxiety, whatever. Anyway, if you have questions, DM me and we can talk about it. If you need help finding the right resources, let me know. Maybe I can help you, point you in the right direction to find some resources that might help you. If you do need the suicide hotline, just Google it. It's a 1-800 number. It won't cost you any money. It's totally anonymous. They're not going to call the cops on you. They're not going to contact your family. They're not going to sell your information. And they will talk to you as long as you need to talk. They're not going to kick you off the phone for somebody else. All right? The resources are there. Google anything you need to know. All right? But I'm going to head off and get some dinner, and I will see all of you guys later. Bye-bye.